Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to this English class. Today we are going to review the verbs form, okay? The objective to reinforce all verb forms used in English language. As we saw yesterday, como vimos el día de ayer, we are remembering, nosotros estamos recordando, we are remembering all the verb forms that English has. Okay, so for example, we have the present simple, the present continuous, the present simple verb to be, the past simple verb to be, past simple regular and irregular verbs, past simple continuous, present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, future will, future be going to, okay, modal verbs, and we have a lot of kind of verb forms. Tenemos un montón de formas de verbos, okay? So today we are going to work with our book. So please take out your book and open it on page number 58, okay? Page number 58, or in another case, open your book on page number 118, okay? So today we are going to read the article from page number 58. But first, we are going to see the pictures. What do you see in the pictures? Okay, you can see a trip, a girl's trip. Vemos un viaje, puede ser, could be of a girl, of a family, okay, a family trip, un viaje en familia. They go, where do they go? Where do they go? Okay, to the beach because we can see pelicans, okay, they could have gone to the beach, ellos podrían haber ido a la playa, or they are having a picnic, okay? Okay, now we are going to see what is happening in the trip, okay? Picnic with Pelicans by Sahara Billings. I often take my children to the park. There's a lake there with some ducks and other bigger birds. We like to look at the birds, but we never feed them. This is because of something that happened to me a long time ago. I used to go to a local park with my parents every weekend when I was small. The park was famous in our town because a lot of exotic birds lived there and they weren't afraid of people. I used to love feeding the birds. However, one day when I was about 5, I had a scary experience that changed everything. We arrived at the park early, and I played on the swings and climbed some trees with my brother. After a while, I started to feel hungry. I saw that my parents had found a good place for a picnic. My brother and I sat down on the grass with them, and we all began to eat our sandwiches. Some pelicans were walking around nearby. One of them came over and stood, in front of me. It was enormous. It was enormous. Suddenly, while I was eating, the pelican opened its beak really wide. It wanted my sandwich. I was terrified. My dad jumped up and shouted at the pelican went away. I didn't want to eat anymore. I cried and cried. Finally, we got back into the car and drove home. I have never forgotten that day. Okay? So, now we are going to look for vocabulary. Okay? But first, where did they go? Where did they go? ¿A dónde fueron? Did they go to the beach? Did they go to the beach? No, okay. Where did they go? Okay, very good. They went to a park, okay? Ellos fueron a un parque. They went to a park. And this is a story. Remembering, ¿es un recuerdo o es algo actual? Very good. It's a remembering, okay? Es un recuerdo of Sarah. Okay? So, we are going to look for new vocabulary. I often take my children to the park. There is a lake. What is the meaning of lake? Lago, muy bien. Lake, lago. Ok, fueron a un lago. There with some ducks and some other bigger birds. We like to look at the birds, but we never feed them. What is the meaning of feed? No, feed means alimentar, okay? Alimentar. But we never feed them. This is because of, debido a, because of, debido a, okay? Debido a. This is because of something that happened to me a long time. Esto es debido a que algo me pasó mucho tiempo atrás. I used to go to our local park with my parents every weekend when I was small. The park was famous in our town because a lot of exotic birds. What is the meaning of a lot of? Bastante, muy bien, very good. Okay. Bastante. El parque era famoso en nuestro pueblo porque bastantes pájaros exóticos vivían ahí. Lived there and they weren't afraid of people. What is the meaning of afraid? Asustado, very, very good, okay? Ellos no se asustaban, okay? Asustaban de las personas. I used to love feeding. What is the meaning of feed? Alimentar, okay? In this case, we are using a gerund. Estamos utilizando un gerundio para que se distinga de los dos verbos, okay? Yo solía amar alimentar a los pájaros. However, one day when I was about 5, I had a scary experience that changed everything. We arrived at the park early and I played on the swings. What is the meaning of swings? ¿Qué es esto? Very good. Columpios, ¿ok? Swings, columpios. Nosotros llegamos al parque temprano y jugamos en los columpios and climbed, escalar, some trees with my brother. After a while, después de un tiempo, I started to feel hungry. I saw that my parents had found a good place for a picnic. My brother and I sat down on the... Okay, I have to erase because I need to go down to the article, to the reading. Necesito bajar. Okay, so I saw that my parents had found a good place for a picnic. My brother and I sat down on the grass. What is the meaning of grass? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es todo esto? Más que suelo es césped. Muy bien, ok. Very good. Grass, césped. With them. And we all began to eat our sandwiches. Some pelicans were walking around nearby. Nearby? What was the meaning of nearby? Cerca. Very good. One of them came over and stood in front of me. It was enormous. Suddenly, while I was eating, the pelican opened its beak. What is the meaning of beak? ¿Qué tienen los pájaros en lugar de boca? Very good. Su pico. Okay, beak, pico. Oh, pico. Okay. Really wide. Realmente grande o amplio. Okay. It wanted my sandwich. I was terrified. My dad jumped up and shouted, and the pelican went away. I didn't want to eat anymore. I cried and cried. Finally, we got back into the car and drove home. I have never forgotten that day. Okay? So please, my dear students, all the vocabulary has to be in your notebook. Todo el vocabulario tiene que estar en su libro, okay? You have to use a memotic. Tiene que utilizar un memotic or maybe a piece of paper in your book. In that place, you have to write the vocabulary, okay? So, now we are going to answer some questions. Vamos a responder algunas preguntas. So, exercise number 2. Read the anecdote and number the pictures in the order that events happened. Okay, we are going to number the events, okay? So, what is the number 1? What is the number 1? The pelican, the picnic, they are arriving, They are in the swings, or they are leaving the park, the lake, sorry. Very good. Number 1 is they are arriving at the lake. Entonces están llegando al parque. What is the number 2? Number 2, very good. The swings, okay? La número 2, they were playing in the swings. Oh, sorry, on the swings. Ellos estaban jugando en los columpios. Very good. Number 3, what is the number 3? Very good, the picnic. Okay, number 3 is the picnic. Number 4, okay, the pelican. Okay, number 4, el pelícano. And number 5, of course, they are leaving the lake. Okay, ellos están dejando el parque. Perdón, el lago. Okay? Okay, now we are going to answer some questions about the article. Vamos a responder las preguntas del artículo. Okay? So, what did the writer like to do as a child, but she doesn't do now? What did the writer like to do as a child, but she doesn't do now? What did she do? What did she do? Okay, she went. Okay, she went to the lake. Okay, she went to the lake. Ella iba al lago. Okay, number 2. What did she do when she first arrived at the park? What did she do? Remember, did, the auxiliary for past. What did she do when she first arrived at the park? ¿Qué hacía primero ella cuando llegaba al parque? Playing the swings? Okay, we're going to remember. So, I used to go to our local park with my parents every weekend when I was small. The park was famous in our town because a lot of exotic birds lived there, and they weren't afraid of people. I used to love feeding the birds. What did she do? Very good. She used to, ella solía, she used to feed birds, okay? Ella solía alimentar a los pájaros. She used to feed birds, okay? Number 3. What were the pelicans doing when she first started eating? What were the pelicans doing when she first started eating? ¿Qué estaban haciendo los pelícanos cuando ella empezó a comer? Okay, we are going to see. My brother and I sat down on the grass with them, and we all began to eat our sandwiches. Some pelicans were walking around nearby. One of them, okay, very good. Some pelicans, some pelicans, some pelicans were walking, okay, were walking, estaban caminando, were walking around nearby, okay, nearby. Okay, and the last question, la última. Why was the girl terrified? Why was the girl terrified? Okay, very good. Because the pelican opened its beak really wide. Very good. Remember, recuerde, siempre con el why, we are going to answer with because. Siempre con el why, vamos a responder con el because. Okay? Because the pelican opened. Okay? Because the pelican opened in past, remember, open its beak really wide. Okay, you are going to complete the whole answer. Usted va a completar la respuesta completa, ¿ok? So, okay, in this case we have seen a lot of different kinds of verbs form. Hemos visto muchas formas de los verbos. For example, we arrived, here we have past simple, and I played past simple, okay? I started to feel angry. I saw my parents had found. In this case we have past perfect. Aquí tenemos pasado perfecto. My brother and I sat down. Also here we have past simple on the grass with them. We all began to eat our sandwiches. Some pelicans were walking. Past continuous. Estaban caminando. Pasado continuo. Nearby, around nearby. One of them came over and stood in front of me. It was enormous. In this case, here we have the past simple of verb to be. Okay? And in this case, unlike this, we have a lot of kind of different verb forms. Okay? So we are going to continue. Page number 59 or 119. Okay. Review of verb forms. Read the examples from the anecdote, then match the functions to the examples. In this case, here we have the kind of verbs, la clase de verbos, and in this case, here we have the action for each time. Tenemos la acción o la función que cumple cada tiempo verbal en el inglés. Number 1, we like to look at the birds. Okay, this sentence, in which time tense is it? ¿En qué tiempo verbal está este? Present, past, past simple. Okay, this is in present, okay, está en presente. This is in present simple, okay. We like, a nosotros nos gusta, okay. In this case, we have the verb like. Tenemos el verbo gustar, okay. That is, estos verbos, el like, el want, el love, are feeling verbs. Son verbos de sentimientos, okay. So, we are going to choose which function is it. Vamos a buscar qué función cumple esta oración, okay. So, a habit or routine, a past action interrupted by another past action, a past habit that no longer happens, something that started in the past and continues to the present, an action that took place before another action in past, a state or emotion or a continuous action in the past that describes atmosphere. Very good. Is a state. Es un estado o una emoción. ¿Ok? Porque, como vuelvo y le repito, el verbo like, the verb like, el verbo like, es un verbo de emoción o sentimiento. ¿Ok? A mí me gusta. Yo quiero. El like, el want, el love, son verbos de sentimiento. ¿Ok? So, number 1 is the letter F. Very good. Number 1 is the letter F. Okay, number 2. We never feed them. We never feed them. Nosotros nunca los alimentamos. We never feed them. See, if I say always, sometimes, usually, hardly ever, never, sometimes. Okay, ¿qué son esos? What are these? El always, el never, el sometimes, el usually, el hardly ever, el never. Very good. Are adverbs of time. Son adverbs of frequency, sorry. Son adverbios de frecuencia, okay? We are going to remember that adverbs of frequency shows us how often we do an action. Vamos a recordar que los adverbios de frecuencia nos indican cuán a menudo realizamos una acción. Okay? So, for example, in my case, I always do videos. I always make videos. Yo siempre hago videos. Or, for example, I sometimes eat fast food. Yo algunas veces como comida rápida. ¿Qué son estos? Son hábitos o rutinas. Very good. So, letter B, what is it? ¿Qué es esto? ¿Qué es la letter B? A habit or routine? A past action? A past habit? Okay, very good. Is a habit or a routine. Es una rutina o un hábito, okay? Okay, number 3, letter C. I used to go to our local park with my parents. I used to go to our local park with my parents. Yo solía ir a nuestro parque local con mis padres. I used to go. So, normally, el used to we use for past. El used to, el solía es utilizado en el pasado. Yo solía ir. And we are going to remember that simple past, en este caso esta oración estaría en simple past, ¿ok? En simple past. Vamos a recordar que el pasado simple we use for actions that never are going to repeat. That they are never going to repeat. Vamos a recordar que el pasado simple son acciones que nunca se van a volver a repetir. For example, in my case, I used to go to Chimborazo when I was 5 years old. Yo solía ir a Chimborazo cuando tenía 5 años. Es decir, que la acción de ir a la provincia de Chimborazo ya no se va a repetir. Por lo tanto, el used to is an action that are never going to repeat, que nunca se va a repetir. So, a past action interrupted by another past action? No. A past habit that no longer happens. Yes, very good. El I used to, el pasado simple, es un hábito pasado que ya no se va a volver a repetir. So, letter C is also letter C. Very good. Okay. Number 4, or letter D. Some pelicans were walking around. Some pelicans were walking around. Were walking. Vamos a recordar, in this case, in which time is it? ¿En qué tiempo está esto? Very good. This is in past. In past continuous. Está en pasado continuo, okay? So, we are going to remember that past continuous is an action that started before the past, okay? Vamos a recordar que el pasado continuo es una acción que estaba sucediendo antes del pasado. For example, I was eating an ice cream when my mom called me. Yo estaba comiendo un helado cuando mi mamá me llamó. Okay? So, it is an action that was in course in the past. Que estaba en curso, pero en pasado. Okay, so, letter D. Some pelicans were walking around. A past action interrupted by another past action? Something that started in the past and continues to the present? No, very good. An action that took place before another action in the past. Or a continuous action in the past that describes atmosphere. Very good. Is a continuous action, es una acción continua en el pasado que describe la atmósfera o nos describe algo que estaba sucediendo, ¿ok? So, letter D is the letter G, ¿ok? Letter E. I saw my parents had found a good place for a picnic. I saw that my parents had found a good place for a picnic. Yo vi que mis padres habían encontrado. Okay, we are going to remember that in this case we have 2 times. Tenemos 2 tiempos. First, we have the past simple and then we have the past perfect. Okay? Vamos a recordar que el pasado perfecto it's an action aquí tenemos el pasado. Okay, here we have the past. El pasado perfecto is an action antes, before the past. Es también una acción antes del pasado. ¿Ok? So, entonces, yo vi a mis padres que ellos habían, es decir, que antes de que yo les vea, ellos ya realizaron otra acción. ¿Ok? So, letter E. Something that a past action interrupted by another past action? No, okay. Something that started in the past and continues in the present? No. An action that took place before another action in the past? Yes, very good. El pasado perfecto es una acción que tuvo lugar antes de que otra acción en el pasado. Es un pasado pasado. ¿Sí? So, letter E is also letter E. Okay? Letter F. While I was eating, the pelican opened its beak. While I was eating, the pelican opened its beak. Mientras yo estaba comiendo, el pelícano abrió su pico. Mientras yo estaba comiendo, otra cosa cortó la acción que yo estaba realizando. ¿Ok? It's another use, es otro uso del pasado continuo. ¿Ok? So, what is the letter F? A past action interrupted or something that started in the past and continues to the present? Very good. Letter B. ¿Ok? Mientras yo estaba comiendo, mientras yo realizaba esta acción, otra acción fue la que me interrumpió. ¿Ok? And the last. I have never forgotten that day. I have never forgotten. Yo nunca he olvidado ese día. We are going to remember, vamos a recordar, in which time is this? ¿En qué tiempo está esto? Very good. It is in present perfect. Está en presente perfecto. And we are going to remember that present perfect is an action that started in the past and continues in the present. Okay? For example, I have lived in Quito. Yo he vivido en Quito. Yo viví en Quito hace 3 años. Sí. ¿Continúo viviendo en Quito? Sí. Eso es un presente perfecto. Una acción que empieza en el pasado y la continúa en el presente. Very good. So, letter G, it's letter D. Okay, my dear students. So, my dear students, that's all for today. I hope that you have enjoyed this class. Espero que les haya quedado más claro esta parte. Que recuerde that you remember all that verbs forms, todas las formas verbales. Espero que recuerde todo esto. And that's all. Okay? So, now we are going to practice our new song, okay? So please enjoy your song and practice it.
Well, you done me and you bet I felt it. I tried to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my bestest. And nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. I reckon it's again my turn to win some or learn some. But I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. I look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved. Love, 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 love. So So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate. Our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours. But do you want to come on? I scooch on over closer, dear, and I will nibble your ear. Soon da ba ba boom ba boom. I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. But my breath fogged up the glass, and so I drew a new face and I laughed. I guess what I've been saying is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see my way. Open up your plan and damn, you're free. I'll look into your heart and you'll find that the sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need here to complicate, 'cause our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours.
So my dear students, that's all for today. Thank you very much for your attention. Don't forget to complete your book and see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Have a good day.